Right, I got my Twitch app up just to make sure that I started the stream. Alright, and I am live. And I think if I tap on it, right you know what? We're just gonna get going. I just cannot see the chat right now, so I will have to figure that out at some point. Alright, we are playing Sunless Sea, and I am resuming from where I left off at the end of the last game. I just got back from a quick trip to the tomb colony, just to take care of a couple things there. And I wish I could just access my chat just so I can see if anybody's writing. But whatever. I really want to see the chat. Let me see if I can figure that out. You. Chat. Can I make this? See that. I'm just gonna make my my game window because I really want to be able to see the chat just in case anybody's joining me tonight. So give me one moment here while I set that up. Video instead of full screen, we'll go to windowed. Accept. And okay, I can switch over. Cannot make the window smaller. Options, video. Let me see if I can make it. No, I don't want to change the resolution. I don't know how to make the window smaller so that I can see the chat better, and I don't know how to make the chat so that I can see it on top of the screen. So I guess I will just switch back and forth if I hear someone ding with me. So if you have anything to share, please do. Otherwise, I'm going to jump into playing the game. Alright, this is Sunless Sea. Super interesting game. Awesome storyline. Amazing plot. I really enjoy reading all the different stories. And where I left off last time was I was going to start checking into the officers. So there's a lot of storylines with all these different officers. And I'm finding that there's some of the most beneficial things to advance as well. I talked about the clattery air and how that results in a ship. And in my Nintendo Switch game, there's another one, I think it's the Magician, that results in a really awesome engine. And those things are really expensive, so if I can avoid spending the echoes on those things, I definitely will. So let's say hey to this gunner. I can ask her what she wants from life. Khan's shadow. Like the flit at thee, right? No one to tell you what to say or do, and no one to kick you downstairs, just 'cause you got a little bit tall. I'll be a faithful officer, but put me ashore at the shadow, and I won't forget you. So she wants to go to Khan's shadow, and that's usually on the eastern side. I'm sure I'll get out there at some point, but we're not going to do that right away. Let's check out London. We've got your father's bones. I need to get meter salt. I can buy that at Wither, but I need 5 Z stories. I can pick up these stories at the little ship with recent news, so I'll just keep collecting those until I reach 5, and then we'll progress to the next step in that journey. The submarine tutorial, we're still going to hold off on that. Let's double check London. Visit the Admiralty's office. I'm pretty sure I turned in all my port reports, but I don't know what's saved, so... Alright, I can speak to the higher authority. And... No, maybe not yet. He wants me to go to Iron and Misery Funging Station first, if I remember correctly. We got our alarming scholar, quite the odd person, and nothing to do there. And here's my lodgings. Nothing to do here either. Let's check my supplies. I got 8 and 14. That should be good for now. Ooh, my hull. I can't forget to fix my hull. I do forget that sometimes. So I gotta go to the dry dock. And when you turn in those port reports, you get favors from the Admiralty. You can spend different echoes for different types of repairs. But the cheapest one is Admiralty Yard. Unfortunately, I don't have enough favors. I need 3, so I'll have to spend some echoes. Ooh, and echoes are tight. So I will do this one. That got me most of the way there. That'll do it. Man, echoes are tight. I gotta find the Iron and Misery Funging Station, and I'm gonna keep cranking the Alarming Scholar to build up my echoes for right now. And away we go. I figured out how to get the chat on my phone. So if anybody wants to say anything to me, feel free. I think I'm just going to get the Z story now. Alright, because I have recent news, which you should always get, because it's super useful for a bunch of things. I can get a second Z story. I need 5 to get that muter solved. And the Iron and Misery Funging Station is probably somewhere around here, so I'm just going to do kind of a loop and see what places go up. This looks like the edges of, I think it's called Gator's Mourn. So we'll stop off there, we'll get a port report, mostly because that's going to give me some extra echoes. He's a little strong for me right now, so I'm just going to run from him. It's a fast one. But if I turn around the corner, I should be able to lose him. Yeah, they don't turn too well. Like, they don't follow around corners too well. All clear, and now I can dock at Gator's Mourn. The Mourn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbor. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchion. Higher, higher. Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. This is a very cool city. I forgot that they actually raise you out of the water, and it's just a bunch of bridges and these little cities built around the tops of stalagmites. It's so brilliant, the writing in this game. But this is a place where there's a lot of pirates, so it's kind of dangerous. Let's see. That costs 50 echoes, and that's mostly to reduce terror, so I'm not going to do that. Exploring the Mourn usually gets me into trouble one way or another. Ooh, rumors of a pirate poet. I do love the pirate poet. Landlubbers fear pirates. Pirates fear the poet. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Excuse me. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with the power of verse, possibly. Others insist she's a personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that, no, it's just an Alkeus-class vessel. Whatever the truths, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is said to fly. So she does show up in a variety of ships that I will take out over time. So I like hearing about the pirate poet. And I'm by no means at the end of her story either. I've got 61% chance with Bales, which says it's a modest challenge, so for a good chance I'll take this. Let's see. A dislike of spies. You and one of your more villainous-looking sailors join a dice game. Villainous-looking, but you know for a fact that she tithes to charity and has a delightful singing voice. The topic turns promisingly to pillage and ambush, but your sailor is a little too forward with her questions. There's a scuffle and a stabbing. You escape. She does not. So I failed the challenge, which, 60+% is not 100%. It happens. I gained 5 terror and I lost a crew, which is tough when I only have 10 crew. I'm used to my other game where I have a bigger amount of crew. I got the report though, so I'll take the report. That's still going to give me money, and that's my best way of getting income for right now. Let's just check the shops. I always like to check these. They like prisoner's honey, mushroom wine. Solace fruit is annoying. It's super expensive and it doesn't sell for much. Only occasionally do you need it. You can trade for it in some places, but that's gonna do it for this place, so let's carry on. I feel like the funging station will be north, maybe? We'll give it a go. I got 7 and 11. I gotta watch my supplies carefully when I'm in uncharted territory. Barely know where anything is right now. Oh, I got good fails. Oh yeah, that was a bonus. Ooh. Station 3, I believe. Station 3. Machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire. But the lamps are low where they burn at all, and your ship the only one in harbor. So that's right, we stopped off at Hunter's Keep last time, and there's the student who was looking at the Lauren fluke. We went with him to check out Station 3. So we're going to deliver the Lauren fluke now and observe the student's experiment. He is terribly excited and requests your steadying presence to ensure he maintains the appropriate scientific detachment. Good scientist. After careful setup, the shed is empty, saving a writing desk and the gigantic mass of needles. The ancient student snaps off the tip of one and twirls it between his fingers. I hypothesize that the flukes have a method of absorbing and storing our lived experiences. It follows, therefore, that there should exist a means of transmitting, reliving that experience. Like so. He stabs the needle through his palm, his eyes dull. You heard Captain Harris, sailor. Target the Ogedai. Ogedai? Target the Ogedai and fire torpedoes, and if you hit one of the Lauren flukes, then by God and Her Majesty, I will put you out of the airlock and let the spiny beastards take you. He awakes from the reverie a moment later, beaming. That will do. Pass me your notes. I'll carry on the experiment from here. So we have witnessed history. Great. And we have, ooh, two extraordinary implications. Wow. Those are very valuable at a REM. Let's train our telescope, see if we can get that port report. Church, or something else. You stand on the high port. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. There's a steepled building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks the top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. And that's all we get. We got a port report. Deliver a long box. This is going to become very interesting later on. But we have to get a long box. What is this? Ooh, I can try the gate. Let's do that. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking gate of triple-barred silvery metal. A sign beside it reads, Deliveries. No way in. The metal is steel-hard and icy cold to the touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's guns to bear. But no. So we're supposed to return with a certain delivery. The gates will be opened. That's going to be that long box. We'll get that at a REM. Search for signs of other visitors. So this is a tough challenge. Because of our mirrors, we only have 33% chance, but I don't think it can hurt much. Hopefully I don't lose any crew. I can stand to take some terror. No evidence. You walk the quays looking for any little sign that might show what sort of ship's dock here, and what they deliver, but you find nothing conclusive. Not even so much as a smear of pitch or a damp footprint. If any ship but yours has been tied up here in recent days, it has left no evidence. And that's just because I failed in mirrors. I'll have to raise my mirrors and try something like that again. Alright, that's it for this place. There's nothing we can buy here, so moving right along. 6 supplies, 11, what's it called? Fuel. I feel like I want to go north. I'm going to try going this direction. Just because I've seen the iron funging station north of Station 3 in a lot of cases. Maybe. At worst, I just head back and I'll get some money for, I'll get some echoes for the ports that I go to. That's why you always get the port report. But I'd like to get iron funging station. Ooh, the salt mines are really good. I don't think I have space for them, though. That's the wrong one. Let's see what my hold is like. Oh, I do have this space. Oh, I just barely have the money. Oh, this is great. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Salt line. There's a vast sorrow in your empty eye. Two basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Pick, pick, picking. There's a supply dock below. Visit the Unmaker. Muscular pick-wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Fungal to sane antiquing. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4? I wouldn't call us Station 4. It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult basalt. Most of them. Some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes. So I lost some terror, which is nice, and I gained one fragment. Not huge, but it'll work. I'll get my port report first. Very good. And then I will get Sphinx Stone. Carry Sphinx Stone to London. The unmakers are here to reduce the salt lions to rubble, one block at a time. Help them in their work by carrying the rubble back to London. So I need 20 units of cargo space for that. That's why I checked my hold. Because if you do something like this and you don't have those 20 units, you gotta throw things overboard. And that sucks, especially when you have to chop into your supplies. So I did it, right? Wait, did I not do it? I think I hit perhaps not by accident. Right, because I still have the money. Oof, gotta be careful. Okay, got the 20 Sphinx Stone. I lost 200, but I can sell it back in London. So now I'm gonna head back to London, and I'm just gonna take a different way than I came to see if I can find the iron and funging station. I think I'll go down and over. Yeah, let's do that. I'll go on this side. Now, there's usually nothing too close to the salt mines until we hit the submarine tutorial, but we'll get there. What do we have here? Bony Reef. I think that's usually north of the Iron and Misery Station, but that could just be wishful thinking. I gained a secret. Speak to my officer to improve abilities. Oh, nice. Is this it? I think this is it. Yes! Demeaux Island. Demeaux Island, probably. So here is the Iron and Misery Funging Station. Another thing that makes this complicated. There's like 3 different names for a lot of these places. Ooh, I'm charging right at a ship, but I know that I can hit the port before he makes his way around and gets a firing solution. So we're just gonna dip in and... Excellent. Iron and Misery Company Funging Station. A fervid forest of fungus. I&M has a funger operation here, felling giant bulgus shrooms for building materials, harvesting coralli for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? I do love the affable Factor. I always gotta hang out with him. Give the pass sign. Okay, so this gets me my strategic information. A strained smile. Here, little to report, but we have had carnate privateers nosing around, and tell them that the company grows suspicious. Mr. Ryan knows the Admiralty is interested in his business. Pray, my friend, that you never have to serve 2 masters, as I do. I don't know what that means. How is he serving 2 masters? Tea with the Factor. I always love tea, given my English roots. The poor fellow needs the company, and he can spare an hour away from his schedule. Oh, what is this? Oh. That's interesting. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. Love saying that. An expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and roses of Irem, the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and a little restaurant in Vanderbite, where he enjoyed the most extraordinary seafood. Vanderbite, I know. I'd never met a tomb colonist who could cook, but you must visit the place. Do you know it? He also has a load of Boligus frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of the stuff, I fear that I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know. But one does have to eat rather a lot of it first. I do love the affable factor. Lost to terror, that's always nice. Got a couple fragments. Wasn't I at 200 a moment ago? I get so confused about the fragments. I don't know what I'm missing there, but they seem to go up and down and up and down. You've gained 1 supplies. Nice. That does help. And I've been told... Right, so now I can access a special restaurant in Vanderbite. Shops. Ooh. I can afford 2 fuel. I'm gonna do that just to cover my bases. There's no officers to talk to. I don't have any new officers, and she's waiting for me to go to Khan's Shadow, so back to London. Oops, keep hitting the wrong button there. Here we go. Okay, straight shot. I gotta get past this guy, so let's go now. And I will turn off my light, because I don't tend to see when you turn off your light. Alright, it's just far enough south. I should be able to turn the light on again. Perfect. Back to London. Where's my music? It's all dry and quiet without the music on a long ride. There's no reason to stop at Gator's Morn, so... There it is. Goody. I don't need to stop at the ship because I grabbed it on the way out. I could swing by Hunter's Keep, but I don't think that stopping there a bunch really helped. I believe what happens is it ups attributes by having lunches with the sisters to a certain point. And if you have lunch with them too long, something detonating happens. I won't spoil it, but I just don't see the need to, like, keep hitting it right away. There's other reasons, but I'll tell you more about that later. Good old London. The lights of London welcome you home. Collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song on the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? What's this? Let's see. Something has changed underneath. It always seems to say that. I don't know exactly what that means. Someone wants to sign on? Nice. That's it. I have a free evening, and the rose market is in. Cool. Alright. Nothing to do with Father's Bone. Nothing to do with summary. Just specialist surgeon. This character is the best. I'm so excited. Okay. Consider a specialist surgeon. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at sea. Employ the clattery air. Her talents could be very well employed on your vessel. Oh, I really want the clattery air. Okay, it's just because I have no echoes. Hold on, let me, so I'm gonna go to London, and let's deliver the Sphinx Stone. This is why I got it. It cost me 200. Special Constable, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge of the Ministry of Public Decency. Wait with a cart. Alright. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here's your reward. And I get 500 echoes. So I made 300 out of the deal. Very entrepreneurial spirit in this game. I actually love that about it. I'm really thinking about, where am I going to invest my money to get a payout later on. Lost to Terra delivered the Sphinx Stone, and they're not quite clear about what the deal is with Sphinx Stone. We went to the Salt Lions, and it seemed like they were just breaking them down. And here there's a discretion contract, a penalty contract. It gets more interesting too. Okay, now let's get that clattery air. Yes! Welcome aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. So let's appoint my new officer. 30, blah, blah, blah. Continue. Officers. I'll put her there, and I will speak with her immediately. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a tined instrument, pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. So I will definitely invite her to dine with me, because that's going to progress her story. Precise bite sizes. Oh, invite her to dine with you. Does she wield a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body, and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushrooms or pinned together with a needle of chiton. Perhaps she is missed a calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are the rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. So I lose a supply, well worth it, to further her story. Now I have to find her father, and I happen to know where that is. I can also proposition her and be a little scandalous, but I'm going to stick with the more, you know what? We will see. We will see what happens. Okay, let's get back to London. We'll visit the Admiralty's office. Let's get some money. Gators mourn. You have something to tell us about the pirate fleets of the forest? 30 echoes. Fuel, favors. Good, good. Station 3. Excuse me, just let me call a colleague in. Omitted. This is my colleague, Mr. Verlaine, of the Ministry of Public Decency. There's the Ministry of Public Decency again. Mr. Verlaine, this good captain's report is here. If you would care to... Yes, the fire is already lit. Let us... There we go. Now only ashes remain, and it might have caused such a lot of trouble. Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your discretion. Here's your payment. You need not trouble yourself further in this affair. So he destroyed the port report for Station 3. I've never noticed that. Ooh, I got 100 echoes. Nice. Salt line. The bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. Who is this bazaar? I thought a bazaar was like a store area or something, but it seems to be a character. Strategic information. What's that? Indeed, indeed. I'll send you up directly to speak to the Admiral himself. So now we get to speak to the Admiral. You are ushered into his office, off Mansion's pyre. A cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. Assistance with subsistence. So he's got a bunch of different things. So he'll help me out in the dry docks. Here's the strategic information. The Admiral sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. Invisible eyes. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory. Actually, good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. 150 echoes, approaching 1,000. Awesome. Let's see. Vital intelligence, submit port reports. Moves in the great game. Still kind of figuring out what that is. But after I turn in strategic information, I always check out if he needs something in particular. I suspect this story kind of continues, and I haven't reached the end of it on my Switch game yet, so I'm still very curious. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. So they want me to check out... Wow, Frostbound already? I guess I'll go north. Yeah, Frostbound is very north. There's an option to not go to Frostbound. It's the only one that they give you that option. There's a lot of fear in Frostbound. Please don't send me to... probably bloody Frostbound, but I don't think there's enough Englishmen watching me to find bloody offensive. Appeal to the Admiral's better nature. Remind of your past services to his office. Frostbound is far away and freezing cold, and in all probability no one there will cooperate. I don't know why I would opt out of it. I don't think it's that bad going to Frostbound, but just curious. Okay, we'll go to the docks. Rose Market. Unless I can do this. What is that? Yes, let's get a romance. This is a much better way to reduce terror. I lost 4 terror, 30 echoes, and I got recent news here now instead. I didn't check my quarters. Maybe it would have been there as well, but now I have recent news, and I've never been able to get more than one of them. And I lost my free evening, so let's check out the Rose Market. It bustles on Rose's Wharf. Perhaps you can find a buyer for some of the curiosities you found at Z. So usually there's a couple people I can sell odd things to. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. Alright, they pay above the usual price for specific goods. Ooh, the extraordinary implications. I wonder how much you pay. I know I can get 222 elsewhere, so let's see if this is a close deal. What do I get? 375. I'm going to sell both of those, and now I am rich. Let's read this. Great and terrible. No, I'll start at the top. Madame Shoshana is seeking an extraordinary implication. The fortune teller, under her many scarves, sips tea in a quiet corner of the market. She'll pay well for something portentous. Great and terrible. Shoshana holds a mirror over her pot of tea. The steam fogs the glass. As is market tradition, you write your information into the condensation with a finger. When you have finished, there is a rustling beneath her scarves. A wrinkled hand emerges from the silk and places a fat envelope next to the teapot. For the knowledge and your silence. I'm definitely going to do that again. That extraordinary information was very helpful. Ooh, but I can't go back there. I guess I'll save it for next time. That's fine. Still, 1,000 echoes this early in the game. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's check out my... Oh no, that's London. Let's check out my quarters, my lodgings. Yeah, nothing really to do here. I could purchase an elegant house, but that costs 1,000 echoes. That's just going to make me pretty tight on money. So I'll hold off on that for a minute, save up a little bit more, because now I can buy a whole bunch more supplies and stay at Z longer. Ooh, and I can keep doing runs to the salt lines. Officers. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's get some supplies. We'll go up to 10. And I'll put this up to... Let's put it up to 20, because I'm not using up many supplies. And I will also get some more crew, because I'm at 7 out of 10. Once I get to 5, I can't go full speed, so I'll need some crew, and it's only 30 echoes here. Perfect. Now I'm full. Alright, we are going to head to Venderbite, and then... Yeah, I'll head north. Now I can stay out at Z longer, and I know other places that I can get supplies along the way. So I'm going to head north, because Frostfound is somewhere along this northern border. And then I'll double back through the salt lines to pick up another supply, and sell them at London to finish up with some more money. Here we go. Wing by Hunter's Keep on the way. I'll read it one more time. Hunter's Keep, a hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other undersea islands. Islands, but here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel path. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Not receiving visitors, the parlor is empty. Where are the sisters? The maid makes it clear, through a series of unwelcoming growls, that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all three indisposed. No lunch today, apparently. Now, I could spend my recent news to talk to them, but I want to save that for the Z stories until I get the muter salt, and I can always do this later on, so I'll just reconnoiter the island, get my port report so I can sell that later, and there's nothing in the shops, so on we go. Oh, this is so much more convenient with the mouse. I'm so used to the Switch. Now that I figured out the, that. You know what, we'll take them out real quick. They don't take more than 2 hits. And they usually can't do too much damage either. There we go. Very good. I don't need to reduce terror, so munch, munch, munch. An unorthodox diet. Those little bones are troublesome, and the flesh a little gamey, but salt them well enough and they're quite edible. And I get a new supply. It doesn't always do that, but I will take it. Yeah, it's so nice having the mouse instead of just being on the Switch. I could easily speak to these ones without having to go into my Gazette. Ooh, let's grab this Krabby real quick. He doesn't take too many hits either. He charges though. Alright. We'll butcher it for more supplies. All about staying at Z longer. See, this one didn't give me a supply. Pale and salty meat. The crew will feast. That glowing flesh is unstable. It crisps and withers as the glow fades. So eat while it's fresh. I only lost 5 hunger though. Alright. Alright, up to vendor bite. Full steam ahead. The tomb colony of Vanderbite. On deck you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. Something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Someone trying to get your attention. Ooh, I wonder who this is. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, specifically the clattery air. Voiceless. The tomb colonist draws you a little way from the clattery air. Don't tell her you met me, he says in hoarse rasp. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to. He wheezes. Not a great wheeze, but it'll do. Didn't work. Operations never completely effective. Need to know my daughters well. Happy finding enough patience, getting enough to eat, and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. So to tell the heir about this encounter, I can do so by speaking with her. So let's check that out. But I can't quite tell her yet. I need to unlock a couple things with her. I could proposition her, but I don't think that's going to help my cause. What does this say? Oh, yes, the strange catch. That's what I need. I forgot to buy one of those. Can I get one of those around here? No. But that would be the way to further the story. And then I think I need a live specimen, which is kind of expensive, so... Good on supplies. I don't want to spend the marked up price. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in the tomb colonies. Oh, there's that restaurant. Visit a certain little restaurant. Find a cuisine and vendor bite. Now that would be something. A corkscrewed street. At the twisty tip of an odd little side street, welcoming yellow light glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads, Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A grey moustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in. This is the bandaged. I always want to say poisoner, but it's probably poissonnier at Venderbite, and he seeks passage. He wants to jump on my ship, but I'm pretty sure I have to pay him quite a bit. It's a cramped little place, but much better lit than most places in the tomb colonies. The scents of the dishes are the scents of the dishes are multitudinous and extraordinary. Are they good? They might be. They might be good. It's difficult to tell. Sample today's special. The food here is exceptional. You need not fear poisoning or boredom. Definitely not boredom. This is usually a more effective way of reducing terror than purchasing a dusty glass of wine, and will also reduce hunger. But what? I don't have enough terror to do that. That's new. And he costs 300 echoes. I'm not ready to spend that much on him just yet. And I don't know much about his storyline, so I don't know if there's a lot of value. But now I have the Vengeance of Jonah. This is always a place that I can visit whenever I come to Venderbite. Tomb Colonist. Specialized Collector. Ah, yes, this will be the Zummarine, which is coming, especially now that we have the clattery air. Skip the dusty glass of wine. I don't have any terror. I could explore Venderbite, maybe build some terror. Let's take a peek. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture, until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. Remnants in a wide space behind the hollow temple, you happen across a stepped platform of sorts. 4 statues guard it, marked with glyphs all but lost to time and idle vandalism. They look a little like the glyphs that decorate the Echo Bazaar in London, though. At the heart of the platform is a long-filled well shaft, too. You poke about briefly, but something in the place makes you uneasy. A frost moth, the size of a farmer's hand, flutters down to perch on the well's edge. Another. A third. You retreat. So I got 20 fragments, I gained 1 terror, and that's all for now. Okay. A weak call for help. That's another Zummarine thing. Curator, nothing interesting there. We'll get the gossip. Along the coasts of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Got my port report. Let's see what else we have. Anything else? Nah. Do I want to buy anything? Nah. What else do they have? Nothing interesting. Alright, I'm out. We're gonna head north to Wither. Ooh, we'll get some bats real quick. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you got me. Yummy, yummy. Got some more supplies. Usually the bats don't get supplies, and the crabs do. Seems to be backwards this game. Real quick, I'm just going to full screen my video now that I can access my my chat through my phone. Alright, all good. Yeah, I'm checking the chats in between when I'm going from one port to another, so that's working out nicely. Alright, this is a Lifeberg. He sucks. He deals a lot of damage. I really don't want to get his attention, so I'm going to stay wide from him. Or her. I guess it could be a woman Lifeberg. I think I'm picking up secrets by discovering places. I never noticed that before. And here is Wither. Wither, a chilly city beside a waste of salt. Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely color. Explore the town, where there is a quiet, chilly town of gray stones and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. Let's see what we got. The wind speaks. You fall into a reverie as you wander the shore. There are words in the wind, a story of sorts, of a gate in the north, of a pale light that began there, of a drowned light that will end there, of a high wilderness that other ships may sail. You lift your eyes. On the wall of a saltworks, someone has scrawled, "Is there a sea more sunless?" God, I just love the writing in this. What's interesting to me is that, if you're studying English, this is definitely a run-on sentence. But it sounds amazing. And I feel like when you get into like real writing, high quality writing, it's the fact that they break the rules that makes it so good. But I'm a mathematician, not a linguistic, so I don't know. I don't understand that. So now I have Storm's attention. I still don't know what these gods of the Z really do specifically. Anything else in Wither I can do? Gather some intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions, so much so that they always answer a question with another question. This can make intelligence gathering frustrating. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be six? It could be six. Eventually you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. Got my report. Should I do shore leave? Sure, let's watch this. The folk of Wither are quiet and sly and mystical. They subsist on cave fish and the dust-burrowing beasts of the waste. Their beer, however, is adequate. So this is going to cost me 50 echoes. Yes, I can afford that. Keep a low profile. Your crew follow your example faithfully. One drinks a little too much pale Withern beer and has to be fished from the harbor. But they spend a relatively decorous night gambling for salt and bone and return refreshed. Lost 5 terror, lost 50 echoes, succeeded my Veils challenge. Excellent. I think that's all I can do. Now let's check out the shops. These are very interesting. See here, this is the meter salt. It costs 5 Z stores. I have 2 so far, and I'm going to keep building them wherever I can, frankly. I can sell supplies for Tales of Terror, as well as a bunch of other things. I can get an extraordinary implication from the figurehead of the Eater of Names. No idea what that is. That's it. So we're going to go to Codex next, because Codex is always right next door to Wither, and it has much better supplies. Here's Codex. Go away, Lifeberg. None of that. And Frostbound is never in the upper left corner. Usually there's nothing in that upper left corner, so I'll just skip it. Alright, the Isle of Codex. Creepy place. An Isle of Answers. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles, and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. We got some submarine quests there, and we can compile a report. No one will speak. This is a challenge. Silently forthright. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar, the meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, these are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Got my port report. Alright, there's nothing else to do here, but I do like their shops, and I can get some more supplies. So I will stock up a bit, because I don't know when the next place I can get supplies will be. So let's get up to 15. That's so weird. Supplies goes up as I buy them, but the fuel doesn't. That's so weird. It's really confusing me. Okay, here we go. Now you get random weather out here. Sometimes it slows you down. But we'll see. Ooh, go away. No, 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 no. Go away. Oh, and it just started slowing me down. Go away, Lifeberg. Let me make it to the Chapel of Lights. Fortunately, the Lifebergs move super slow, so I don't think he's going to catch me. Unfortunately, I have to crawl my way to the port of the Chapel of Lights. We'll get there. Alright. Clear the Lifeberg. And finally, the Chapel of Lights. This is a creepy place, too. Do you hear the music? Furtive faithful gather in the shadows between the many, many candles. A bell tolls in the chapel tower, cracked iron laughter. Beware, the aisle is full of voices. Eat of the chapel's bounty. A smiling priest unlocks the door of the storehouse for you. Here, he says, eat, but take nothing away with you. So my hunger's pretty high, and also I'm curious as to what this does, so I'm just gonna give that a go. Rich and red, they have shark steaks plucked from the sea, thin slices of cavern tuna, translucent and delicate as paper, little crimson cakes flavored with cinnamon and coated with poppy seeds, tomatoes impossibly ripe and sweet so far from the surface. Gorge yourself, leave with the juices dripping from your chin. I don't know, they seem pretty nice now, but just you wait. I can give a nightmare to the well. We get nightmares when we have lots of terror. That comes later. I've actually never done that, because it also causes a wound, and 3 wounds kill you. That one sucks. I did die by that once. What is this? So I'd need to pay 5 supplies. I don't want to do all that, but I'll gather intelligence. A smiling priest in a red cassock tends the chapel. The congregation are shy of light. They come and go in little ships, and it's strangely difficult to count them. Perhaps some of them are imaginary. Still, you note the name of a ship or two. Got my port report. Shops, nothing, and away we go. Ah, I hate the slow weather. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, full speed ahead. Yes, Frostbound, got it. Maybe I can find Khan's shadow after this. How far east am I? Not far enough. Arem is always in the corner, so probably not going to go there this time. What did I want at Arem? Oh, a strange catch, but I'll have to get it at London so that I can keep chatting with my clattery heir. Frostbite's very interesting. I don't know how to crack Frostbite yet. Oh, Frostfound. Frostfound. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice, raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life. But a pitiable encampment squats by the docks. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. The tireless mechanic has had enough of Frostfound. He smiles at you over his spectacles, teeth chattering. Brrr, so glad to see a ship at last, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engineers like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy, usually busy. How much is he? 20 echoes. Yes, I will definitely take him. He's got a very interesting story, and there's some interesting ways that I can make money off of him. Maybe I will go to a rem. We'll see. Let's go assign him. They also give me boosts on things. See, he gives me +8 veils and fuel efficiency. And veils is, whew, my veils are through the roof. Let's chat with him. Yes, shall we go to dinner? His tastes are Spartan. He eats little, drinks only water, barely sleeps at all, so you need only lay a simple table. An appeal. Thanks for the meal and the company. No, no wine. It makes me sleepy. Oh, yes, I can sleep too easily. That's the problem. He hesitates. There's a draught I take nightly to substitute for sleep. It works well enough and it keeps me sane and upright, but I wish I could enjoy just one night's sleep. If you could help me. We need a clayman from Polythreme. We'll need a mirror catch box, and we'll need to go to Hunter's Keep. I'll explain when we get there. No, I'm serious. I would owe you a great deal. Mirror catch boxes are rarely sold in London, but can be found in the Khanate and occasionally elsewhere. Take a clayman and an empty mirror box. So I know that I can go to a rem to get an empty mirror box, but that is expensive. And I could make money off the mirror box or echoes, but not enough to make up for the cost of the trip. So I'm not going to do that right now. I am going to head back to London. Okay, Frostbound. I can take tea with the squatters. Some of them wear the robes of Remy riddle fishers. Some look like withern folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those people. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truths, a helpful riddle fisher explains, as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year the people of Arem and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests, she finished, vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with aremi liqueurs, pale withering beer, and something the Riddler Fisher describes blandly as snake cake. Sounds very odd. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare, the real Fisher grins. From time to time a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Nice. Got a supply, got a fuel, lost 10 terror. Awesome. Now you can enter the frost found. I need mirrors of at least 50, and it is really terrifying. So I've never been able to get all through it, and we're certainly not doing it now, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. Let's get our port report. What are the squatters up to? Bickering amicably. Not all are a Remy or a Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor. Now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man, but for the most part an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Perfect. Got my port report all set, nothing to buy, and away we go. So I will head, oh, I see, straight to the salt lions. And maybe I'll, I guess I'll check this region next. It's probably just Station 3. Bummer. Maybe I'll swing wide, because this is... Yeah, you know what? I am going to swing wide. I'm just going to go a little further. I'll make it back to London, and then I'll call it a day. Because what else would we call it, right? All right. I think I might run into Mount Palmerston over here. Oh, did I get strategic information? I think I did. Didn't he want me to visit Frostbound? I hope I did. I got another secret. Yeah, I pick up a lot of secrets just by exploring the map. I didn't realize that because I'm always too focused on figuring out where to go. Gotta be something out here. I know the Avid Horizon is right up at the top, but I also don't really need the Avid Horizon for a while. Got a port over here. Now just an abyss. Handful of rocks, I guess. Yeah, going a little far now. But I got good supplies, I got good fuel, I got low terror. Let's push on. This has to be something. Ah, it's probably Mount Palmerston. There's the music shift. There it is. I love the music at Port Palmerston. Oof. Shall we go up to the crater? Yeah, I'll just show you. It's weird. They say the road to hell is paved with good intention, but the road to the Brimstone Convention is paved with cinders. Up the road. Do they admit visitors to the Brimstone Convention? Probably not, but you never know. They might sell tickets. Above the bay, look down and see Port Palmerston like a toy, and the ruins like gravel. You've come far, but the volcano's cone still rears above you. Rest a little before you go the last half mile. He's creepy. The road to the crater ends at a brass gate in the crater wall. Besides it stands an oddly charming little cottage. It's thrown together from pumice and basalt, but it features honeysuckle. An equally charming devilish in a tea gown leans against the cottage wall, twirling a parasol and fanning herself. I am the guardian of this place, she remarks languidly. You may not pass, but can I offer you a cup of our Milaria tea? Tea with the devilish? Samilaria? That's not one of the poisonous ones, is it? I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, let's have some tea with the devilish. Terror in a tea gown. No doubt she'd be much less pleasant if you tried to break down that gate. But just now, she's a courteous, soft-voiced woman in a tea gown. The tea is hot and nutty and rather pleasant. He asks about your voyage. She is desperate for news of London, of its mists, its nights, its sick, its poor, its fires. She tactfully turns aside questions about the convention, but she shares some of the secrets of beneath. Come and see me again, she says. Next time you're here, she shrugs gracefully. Bring me a present, if you like. I don't know what she wants for a present, but I will take the 60 fragments. Sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Behind the port buildings, the island is knee-deep in ash. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Far above, the mountain's top flickers red just for an instant. You got another submarine mission. Got a merciless, modest. Huh. I don't know if I've ever seen this character. But I would need 5 bales of parabola linen. Let's chat with the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. There was a revolution in hell, and the aristocracy of devils fled here. Here they plot in exile. A shrug and a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there and we stay down here. If hell's fighting itself, that's good for us all, isn't it? What an odd perspective. Dig among the ruins. Perhaps the villagers left valuables behind. You could pick over their remains to see what you might find. You ghoul. I'm definitely going to do this. Oh no, it costs 2 supplies. Sure. A cellar full of bones. How many of them died down here? You could bury them in the ash, but they're so choked and jumbled, you might as well leave them here below. The whole island is the unholiest imaginable ground anyway. At least you have souvenirs. 3 grinning skulls and a carven crooked cross. I lost 2 supplies, but I got an outlandish artifact, memory of a distant shore. I got 10 terror, but that's okay, and 3 lamentable relics. I'll take it. I can probably sell them to the scholar or use them for other interesting things, and that's good to have early on, I would say. Shops. I actually have good supplies here at, I don't know, the devil place. I could get more supplies, but I'm pretty good and I'd rather save my money. I could buy an ambiguous aeolith. I can do something with this at the chapel, I think, or at Shepherd's Isle. I'm gonna buy 3, just to see. Yeah, why not? Okay. Let's see, I'm pretty far out. I'm gonna go south, and then back through to the Salt Lions, and then I'll go back. hopefully I'll run into Khan's shadow and I can complete the gunner. She doesn't do much. She just disappears after that. But what are her bonuses? She's not much help. She's only +1 iron. Do wish I could find a strange catch for my clattery air. I'm always eager to complete that story as quickly as possible because the ship we get out of it is so awesome. A little further. So a little port over here, but I think that's one of the submarine ports. We'll get there. Pretty soon, too, the Clattery Air story is going to take us there. This is Godfall. Another creepy one. This feels like a good Halloween game. Love this music. Godfall. Sometimes, just occasionally, bits of the roof fall off. Be glad you weren't here when this one did. The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalactite, which fell from the roof. But their chief interests seem to be wine, blood, and shouting. Lovely. Speak with the monks about their newest member. Looks like I need... Oh no, I thought that was a submarine thing. They escort you to his cell. Used to be a sailor, one whispers. We were hoping you could help us work out what's wrong. Let's check it out. The supplicant, an old bearded man, sits cross-legged and naked in Godfall's smallest monastic cell. At the sight of the group, he flinches. His wrinkled skin is covered in faded scars. No more freedom, he whispers. 10 of the clock we sweep. 15 past 10 of the clock we wash. There are orders. There must be orders. No more freedom, please. A monk hands him a mop and bids him clean the entire chapel by first bell. The supplicant squeezes it tight. Yes, master, he whispers, tears of gratitude welling up in his eyes as he scampers off. There's an awkward silence. He should make a very devout monk, one of the others ventures, once we finally get him into the habit. That's odd. And I can do it again, but it doesn't do anything more, so I won't bother. I can turn in hunting trophies and casks of wine. I don't know what this does. I guess it improves the healer. I haven't really explored this story that much. Most interesting thing is we can use candles to go into the Shattered Citadel. That is a very cool story, but I'll need to save up some more money before I can stop up on candles. Instead, I'll just get my port report of shouting. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. Port report. Odd fellows. Anything to buy? Nothing. Anything interesting here? Speak to the mechanic. Yeah, we'll get there. He's fun. And you can proposition the tireless mechanic as well if that's your style, but not for me. Not for me. Moving right along. Yeah, we'll do a straight shot over to the salt lines, and I don't think we're going to run into the Khanate, but we shall see. this Port Cecil? Used to it being on the other side of the map. If it is, there's some nasty eels around here. Yep, there they are. Yeah, I don't like these guys. I can take them when I have a bigger ship, but at this hull capacity, no way. Where is the port though? Oh, go away. Go away, go away, go away. Can I see it on the map? Where am I? Nope, not yet. There it is. Awesome. Okay, cool. I always have to sneak through these islands to avoid these eels, because usually there's another one over here, too. There he is. Oh, bugger. Port Cecil. This one's very much up my alley. A sourceless silver glow, a haven for players of games. Port Cecil. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle, that one a horse's head. A near little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has unreal air of a pencil sketch crumpled and discarded. Chess. This is why I love this place. We get to play chess. Chess is popular in the principles. The port is full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful, the chess pieces are carved from scintillac. Here in the principles, that can be very dangerous. So I always like to explore this as far as I can get it. I got 100% chance success. Let's go. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those would do. Better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. And if I win enough games, something will occur. So I guess the scintillac pieces give me memories when I touch them? I think that's what's going on. Ooh, I gained a page. Nice. I'm at 27. I got a ways to go. Opening moves. This seems to be the way this kind of evolves. And I can play again. This is a low risk challenge, 87%. Chess is popular, blah, blah, blah. Let's give it a go. A disciplined success. Same exact thing as before. I'll take it. Now I have initial gambits and 100 more fragments. I think when I get to a certain amount of fragments, it turns into a secret naturally. I think that's what's going on. Chess is popular in the principles. Now it's a very chancy challenge. 45% chance. Let's give it a go. A loss. Your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you. But don't worry, you'll be back. Her touch lingers. Her fingers are cold. Yeah, I need more pages to progress. Still gained one fragment, but I also gained a terror. Scary chess game. Okay, let's explore the coral knoll around Port Cecil. Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral. A bewildering maze. Go carefully. Like I can do something to go carefully. A privateer encampment. This was an empty cliff top above the bleak waves. Now it blazes with colors, striped tents, colored flames, the music of pianola and kettledrum. Mustachioed women and languorous men play chess, carve bones, eat cats, and polish their terrifying brass weapons. Cats? Well, these are Iron Republic privateers, private pirates whose practices contravene the very laws of nature. Alright, I could attack them or I could creep close and eavesdrop. This is total luck, and I do love just rolling the dice, so I'm just going to do that. They are numerous, but lost to wine and music. You will have the element of surprise, but it's very hard to know exactly what those weapons will do. A disorienting battle. Your first volley does satisfyingly grievous damage, but a half-dozen privateers snatch up weapons. One is a sort of Gatling gun. One appears to fire bubbles composed of rainbow meat. A third makes it rain in your heart. The fourth weapon explodes in a shower of fat purple sparks that chirp like canaries and chew their way through everything in the encampment. Privateers' tents loot. The battle is over before it's begun, but by the time it's safe to approach, the sparks have devoured many of the privateers' treasure. Okay, I was fortunate. I really couldn't tell going through that. Ooh, I got 76 echoes. Nice. Got a terror and a fragment. Nice. Okay, Port Cecil. What else could I do? Gather intelligence. What happens here? Chess, dreams, silver light. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral incrustations like a disease, splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof beneath, dream open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away. The Khanate's work, the smuggler wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Nice port report. I do enjoy that. Chess. Alright, that's about all I can do there. Shops. I could buy fuel and such, but I actually need my cargo low so that I can get, from the salt lines. I'm pretty close, but I do not like this deal. So I'm going to turn my lights off. I'm going to sneak under this island over here. I could actually go above it, I think. That'll put me closer to the salt lions. So I will do that. Excellent. I'm always thinking about the angles and the shortest distance for things, because distance is fuel and supplies, and you gotta really watch those. Alright, I keep getting fragments for discovering things, and I feel like that's why I keep getting secrets when I'm discovering things. Pretty sure I got that mechanic down now. Huh. Right. Ooh, I hope I have enough money. Pretty sure I do. The Salt Lion. Let's visit the Unmakers. There's a little terror, gain a fragment. Let's carry that Sphinx Stone after we get the port report. There we go. Nice. Wish I could do it a second time, but I just don't have the space in the hold. Alright, let's head back to London. Is there a different way I can go? I would go this way, but I want to swing by that little ship, so I guess I'll go down the other side of the salt line and just clear that area. Eventually I start wanting to clear all of the black spaces, so might as well start picking away at it now. Yeah, I got this. Ooh. I do not like that guy. We're gonna turn off the light and hope he doesn't see us. Oy. The big boy. Okay. The second I turn on the light, he finds me. Stop it. Stop it. Don't follow. You can't see me in the smoke. See how smoky it is? Ooh. Ugh. Okay. Okay, I made it. Probably got a little terror over that, but that's okay. Still got to clear that. Let's see if there's any islands in this little patch of blackness. A little further south. I guess I'll swing by Gators more. Doesn't hurt to have an extra port report. Ooh, I do love the olfactor, but now I'm tired. It's getting to be that time. So we'll go through Gators Morn. Gators Morn. Explore the Morn. It doesn't really end well usually. I already overheard that. I'll gather some intelligence. I succeeded. Strategic information. Huh. Was I supposed to go to Gators Morn? That's weird. Oh, whatever. I just gotta get back to, London. Yeah, I am fading. Let's just get back to London. Get one more Z story. That should put me up to, I think it's only 3. But I'll take it. Off of that ship. No reason to stop at Hunter's Keep because they wouldn't let me in without recent news last time, but I will try again the next time I leave London. Alright. Recent news. 3 Z stories. 2 more to go. Alright, back to London. The Revenue Men, Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service, works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. So, they are going to search my ship, which, no big deal right now. Talk my way out of the search. Huh, I'd have to spend quite a few. And I will utilize some of these other things later, but for right now, they got nothing they care about, so Do your worst. Vexed and frustrated, they roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last, they leave. No suspicions, I'm a good boy. Let's collect messages from the harbor master. Fairmont. I'll save that for next time. Let's see. Let's turn in my port reports. Oh, we'll give you strategic information too. Who knows where I got it from, but I got it, so I will take it. Intelligence port reports. Gator's Mourn. Hunter's Keep. I usually like to hold on to Mount Palmerston, but right now I'm just trying to pull together echoes. There's a certain city that's useful to have the port report, but we'll get there. Godfall. Vanderbite. Now I'm racking up the port reports. And it builds my echoes too. Not hugely, but enough. Chapel of Lights. Huh. Frostbound. Ooh, I'm out of space. Oh, I forgot to sell. Oh, but that is good news. I forgot about that. I gotta sell the Sphinx Stone. Deliver the Sphinx Stone. I always forget about this. Sign, sign, sign. Creepy, creepy. And I get my 500 echoes. Goody. Now I got lots of echoes. I'll take it. Let's go back to... I keep forgetting I have this as an option. I can go there. I guess the UI is too big. I can't see the Admiral. But while I'm here, who's the new recruit? The Carnelian Exile. I usually like just picking everybody up because I haven't found a reason not to yet. Only 50 echoes. Definitely, I will take them. Captain, I know the way. Let me show you. Welcome aboard. Here I am. A ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there, because there becomes here. You're an odd one. Yeah, if I remember correctly, she enjoys searing enigmas. Okay, let's finish up those port reports. I think I only have one more, or maybe I don't. Oh, I got Codex. I'll take that. Salt Lions. Excellent. And I got tons of favors from the Admiralty. Let's check in with the Admiralty to see where he wants me to go next. That will be under... Huh. Why is this still here? I just went to Frostbound. That's confusing. I guess I'll go back to Frostbound. Oh, I'm really confused by that. I don't know. Whatever. Let's do the docks. 10 echoes and the free evening. Yeah, let's go see if I can find a lady friend. Not yet, but I got my recent news. Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, yay! I did find a lady friend. Someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm happily married. I will take the likely less. She tipsily claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like. And when the evening ends, you're still together. An interlude. The next morning she gives you a pewter locket. As you reach for it, she grips it briefly in her fist. Don't you dare forget me, she says. I lost 3 terror. This is a really great way to lose terror, and it leads to other things as well, but I won't spoil it by telling you what. Anything in the Rose Market? Jovial... what are you looking for? Sooth and Cooper long box. No, I'm taking those to Station 3. Ugh, live specimen. Okay. They don't have a free evening, so I can't do that. The Merchant Venturer. I like this guy. An urchin tugs your sleeve. Governor wants a word. A brooding figure waits at the lamplight's edge. Speak to the merchant venturer. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. An opportunity for profit. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates. And he won't ask how you came by these things. So this guy's great for building up echoes. Let's see what he wants. Ooh, hunting trophies. Those are not easy to come by. And scintillac. Where is I getting lots of scintillac? Okay, I'll have to figure that out. Bummer. Sometimes they're easier to get, but these could be a little tricky. Let's see if I can sell the alarming scholar anything interesting. Memories, lamentable relic, ambiguous alias, enigma, extraordinary implications. So the other one gave me 375 at the Rosa Market. What does he give me? 250. Boo. Still better than a rem, but bummer. That's alright. Still, 1361. I'm keeping good echoes. I'll do the tattoo parlor next time. My lodgings. No study. I do want to purchase an elegant house, and I could rest to reduce my terror, but I don't need to do that. Yeah, I want a little more echoes first. Once I get my first big score, I'll purchase the elegant townhouse. This is one of the things that's really part of the rogue element in this game, because once you purchase the elegant townhouse, you get to keep it. Even if you die, you still have the townhouse, and there's also a mansion you can get, which I haven't purchased yet. It's like 10,000 echoes, but that would also be something that would roll over. I cannot do retirement yet. I wonder when that becomes an option. Again, I haven't tried that one just yet, but I'm sure there's a good reason to do it at some point. All right, let's do the clattery air before I go. Oh, I don't think there's any strange catches here. Oh, that's such a bummer. I really want a strange catch. Maybe I can't do the clattery air. No, I was hoping maybe I randomly picked one up when I killed something and missed it. Ugh, bummer. Alright, I'll have to get the strange catch next time. I'll focus in on that a little bit more. And we'll go through the Zamarine tutorial too, because it's just about time for that. And the tattoo parlor. Alright, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next week.